this stage is really nice. You guys, you can't really tell in the back, but this is legit up here. It's kind of exciting. Hi, everyone. I'm Madeleine. How are you guys doing? Good. Hey, let's keep those good vibes going, you know? I was just back in Ohio, famously, where I'm from, for a few weeks because my dad had to get open heart surgery. Silence, bring the vibes down. Don't worry, he's okay. He's doing really well, he's thriving. But, you know, he did have to get open heart surgery. And I think it was good for him because it was probably the most open he's ever been with his heart. Yeah, you know, leading up to this whole situation, which we knew was gonna be hard, we were trying to get some feelings out of my dad. We're like, how do you feel about all of this? And he would just go, I'm reliving every day of my life since I was born. I'm on year 9. It's like if we didn't know my dad was depressed before now, we definitely do now, you know? I'm not sure how I didn't know my dad was probably like a little bit of a sad boy, had a little depression earlier. Because when I was 16, my dad took me to a Morrissey concert. For those of you who don't know who Morrissey is, his lore, the lore is he, if you will, he is the lead singer of a band called The Smiths. The Smiths famously have some really uplifting songs, right? Yeah, you guys know them. I Know It's the End. Oh, that's a good one. Heaven Knows I'm Miserable Now. Banger alert. Please, let me get what I want. What is that, a Zoloft? A therapist, maybe, perhaps? My dad and I, we have a lot in common, which is great outside of clinical depression, right? We both work in the field of professional services. You guys know what professional services here? I heard one person go, oh! Some of you might not know what that field is, and let me just tell you about it. It's actually a field where you just say a lot of words that mean nothing. But you deliver. There's deliverables, there's KPIs, there's client satisfaction, there's things that pay me a lot of money so I can do stand-up just for shits, right? Love it. My dad and I, his fake phrase that he said this my entire life. He's worked from home literally my entire life. And you could just hear him yapping all day. And he would end a lot of calls. He'd never say, or He would just say, you know, at the end of the day, it's just that type of thing. Sorry, what? What does that mean? At the end of the day, it's just that type of thing. I don't know, it's kind of freeing. If you say it, you're like, wait, it is kind of just that type of thing at the end of the day, right? It's kind of crazy. When my dad was healing, he was in the hospital. He was there for about 2 weeks, which was longer than expected, but, you know, again, he's doing really well. I'll remind you that. He's doing really well. Vibes are up, talking about my dad. But he'd been quiet for a few days post-surgery. And at one point, he's getting a little more alert. He's starting to talk, and I'm like, oh my God, he's gonna tell me his feelings, right? We've been trying to get these out of him for a long time. And he turns to me and he goes, tell me about your sales process. I feel like to him, open heart surgery at the end of the day really was just that type of thing, you know? Like, what? What is that about? The recovery for open heart surgery is pretty long, as you can imagine, right? And we had to make some adjustments at my parents' house for his healing. One of those was renting a recliner. Do you guys know you can rent those? Yeah, you can rent like a legit power recliner for not that much. That was really meaningful to my dad because for years and years and years, my dad has yearned for a recliner. He has yearned, he's always wanted one. But my mom, for years and years and years, she has yearned for good interior design. Yeah. She's like, we're not getting a recliner. And I was like, actually, Mom, I think in this case you have to. I think I'm gonna call them, we're gonna get one. My dad was healing, you know, he's watching all the classics. March Madness was on when this was going on. Thank God for college basketball. Kept him really busy. But he was also watching, you know, a classic like This Old House. You guys watch This Old House? Yeah. If you ever want to take a nap, you watch This Old House, let me tell you. Good stuff right there. I think This Old House is kind of like edging for those of us who rent. I really want to do DIY projects. I want to do a lot of them. My landlord says, please don't. Sorry, George. Who knows? Okay, what else? I'm just kind of throwing some stuff together. Famously from Ohio. One of the last times I was in Ohio before all the dad stuff, I was there for a bachelorette party. Yeah, I have friends. No big deal, I have friends. I went to a bachelorette party. It was at a cabin. It was really fun. At the bachelorette party, you know, we hired a special guest to come. You guys might be like, oh my God, Madeleine, who was it? It was the Ohio School of Falconry. Yeah. My friend who is getting married, she's like obsessed with owls, and so we surprised her with the Ohio School of Falconry bringing 5 owls into our Airbnb cabin. Yeah. There's probably a no pet policy in there, but I don't think it said anything about owls. Owls for like an hour, you know? Apparently at the Ohio School of Falconry, there's like 4 people on staff. 3 of them are like middle-aged guys, and then there's like 1 young woman with like cool tattoos. I was like, oh my God, do you want to stay? like they sent her, they're like, oh, bachelorette party, she's the one for that. And she was so cool, guys. I was like, hey, I have a question. Right, I'd been smoking a little weed at the bachelorette party. Yeah, I smoke a little weed. I said, hey, I have a very serious question for you. Is there drama in the falconry community? Because other people's business is actually something that's extremely important to me. And let me tell you, there is, and we'll have to spend another like 10 minutes on that at some point. I will say, like, I kept waiting for her to take her clothes off because I was like, stripper, bachelorette party. What are we doing here, you know? Anyways, having a birder there, having a falconer there, all those owls, let me tell you, it was a hoot. Oh, ending on a real high note right there. Anyways, I've been Madeleine Bogard. You guys have been great. Welcome back, your host, Nathan.